Good evening, everybody. This is Vivian, and today is Wednesday. Almost forgot what day it was. Yeah. So anyway, uh, last night. Oh, forgot. Hold on. Still reviewing this book, A Year of Positive Thinking, Daily Inspiration, Encouraging Wisdom by Cindy Spiegel. Well, it's August the 19th. So the year is almost up. And if you think about it, in the book, we're actually way ahead of the actual date because, somewhere along in there, I combined topics because they were little tiny ones. And so we are in the book, if you're following along, we're on page 161, which is August the 24th. Today is the 19th. So our year is a little shorter than the actual year, but it's going to go on till the end, till the very end. It's maybe a little less than 365 days, but there you go. 365 days. We'll just pretend it's 365 days. How about that? Okay. So last night we talked about, I gave you another exercise, because whenever Cindy has in the book an exercise in, that means there's an actual exercise, something for you to do. Now, how many of you actually went in and start writing down those things you love about yourself? What was it? What words you need to hear right now, and making sure that you are the ones that's telling yourself you're extraordinary. I hope you did the exercise because it's really eye-opening. When I start writing down my gifts, it makes you think. It makes you sit and think about all the good things about yourself, which actually gives you a lot of self-confidence. So tonight we're talking about adversity. Adversity, believe it or not, is necessary for your life as well. And we'll get into that and you'll figure out why. All right, here we go. Though it may not be comfortable, adversity teaches you resilience and courage. It teaches you to hold on tightly to what matters most and to surrender what doesn't. It is the anchor to humanity that prevents you from flying too far, too fast, and scorching yourself on the sun. For all the beauty in life, and life is indeed beautiful, you still need the balance of adversity to grow stronger so you can live a more meaningful life. See what I mean? It's necessary because one of the things about adversity is that, we are all going to have some of that in our lives. And the dictionary version of what adversity means is difficulties and misfortune. Now, I have a question for you. How do you deal with adversity? Particularly for me, I deal with just about everything with meditation and gratitude and positive mindset, because that helps me. So how do you deal with it? Because everybody deals with adversity differently. Everybody's okay with life going the way they want it to go. And that's fine because, we human beings, we want life to go well. But sometimes when adversity shows its ugly head, we tend to deal with it in a different manner. Now, I know that what I used to do versus what I do now is inherently different. Before it was like, you crawl into me. I crawled into my little shell and, I was just upset, it's all difficulties and misfortune, and I just let it all in instead of saying, kind of like what I said the other night about, oh, well, that happened. Because it's something that happened, but I had no control over it. And that's the thing. What you have control over, you can do something about. But those things that you don't have any control over, you have to kind of just say, you know what? I have no control over that. What happened, happened. And how am I going to deal with it? Because otherwise, you're drowning yourself in negativity, and there's no out because there's nothing you can do about it. It happened. Just let it go. I know it's saying it. I'm not making light of it, but that's the answer though. It's to just let it be, let it leave your life, because everybody has difficulties. So again, how do you deal with difficulties? How do you deal with obstacles? How do you deal with the bad things that come into your life, or just not so much bad, but unpleasant things? Are you one to take it on the chin and say, you know, it happened, it happened, you know, nothing I can do about it? And sometimes you may be sad, or you may be angry, or you may be disappointed, whatever that is. But having those feelings about that thing or that event is not um, staying in a place where you're going to have to, I mean, that it's going to like totally bring you down. One of the things that I was on a Zoom call last night with Wesley Virgin. One of the things that he said, nobody has a bad day, or nobody should have a whole day bad. You know, maybe you woke up on the wrong side of the bed and you got up and you were just a little bit, you know, not in the great mood. But do you stay there all day? Probably not. So having a bad day is just a term. It's you know, something somebody says. Maybe somebody has a whole day where they're like, yeah, I'm depressed, I'm tired, whatever the deal is. But you shouldn't, not the whole day. Now, I can tell you, I'm not going to be hypocritical here, because there have been days in my past where the whole day was shot. You know, I would just drown myself in that, whatever that problem or adversity or difficulty was, and just stay there all day. And what good did that do me? Nothing. It did nothing for me. So take, take that for what it is. Do you have a bad minute? Do you have a bad hour? Do you have a bad half a day? Or do you have a bad whole day? Think about that. Don't try not to have a bad whole day. At some point, do something to turn things around for yourself. Even if you have to just sit down and look at what's going on, and then ask yourself, is this really that bad that I got to stay in this depressed state all day long? Or is there something I can actually do to make things better? I think that's the question we should ask ourselves. Is there something I can do to make things better in this difficult situation, or in this adverse situation, or in this time of misfortune? You know, because there's something you can do about just about anything in your control. Things that happen, that's going to happen anyway, can't do anything about that. Let it go. It's one of those things that when I was thinking about um, this topic, I said, you know what? I'm not going to even write notes. Well, I wrote notes, but I figured, okay, I'm not even going to use notes. What I'm going to do is just talk from up here, and talk about, my experiences with adversity. Because most of the time when I tell you something or I'm discussing something, I've actually experienced it. So, I have to come from that place, because what other place am I going to come from? I can't come from your place without your input. I can say, well, so and so told me that, the way they handle adversity is whatever it is. But since I don't have that information, I can't say that, right? So I have to come from a place that I know and put that out to you and say, okay, to handle adversity or misfortune or difficulty, I do some, step, step, step. But most people, excuse me, ooh, one of those almost sneezes. Most people see adversity as something bad. But without adversity, we wouldn't know how to um, get over things, or we wouldn't even know our own strength, right? Um, what is that? The law of reciprocity. So everything has an equal and opposite reaction, right? So adversity is the opposite of good thing of easy life. Okay, you're having easy, everything's going well, and then all of a sudden adversity comes to hang out. And then it'll stay there as long as you welcome it or talk about it or give it energy. But as soon as you decide, no, I'm not giving this any energy, I'm going to step out and say, you know what? No, I'm going to do this, this, and this to stop thinking about this, or stop worrying about it, or stop talking about it is the best thing I think we can do, is to don't give it energy by having a conversation about it. Because I know some people, especially when they're having misfortune. Oh, I'm so unlucky. Oh, everything always happens to me. That is not a conversation you want to have out loud. That's not even a conversation you want to think about, because it brings more of that. It just, oh yeah, let me go hang out over here. She's welcoming me. Let me hang out on over here. And so this misfortune happens, and this misfortune happens, and then it comes from the front, and then it comes from the back. It's all over the place if you accept it. But as soon as you reject that, it's like, no, this is not happening right now. It may be temporary, but I can handle it. And if you keep telling yourself that, then you can handle it. Especially if, I was reading in my group this morning about having a plan for when these types of things happens. When you get to the point where you just feel like you can't go on, or things just seem way out of hand, have a plan. Have a plan to get out of that, to turn your thought process around, because that's what's going to help you to stay motivated. It's going to help you to stay in a positive vibration, so that you're not just wallowing in that misfortune or that difficulty. Okay, so that was my little talk tonight. And I didn't write a whole lot in the description. Usually I kind of write my whole conversation in the description, but I decided, I put a little bit of stuff in there, but just to sit here and actually have a conversation with you tonight. And so there you go. I'm having the conversation, and just be cognizant of how you handle adversity, because it's gonna show its head, and you're gonna have to deal with it one way or the other. Just kind of be prepared for it, right? I mean, you have no control over when it comes or how it comes. You just try to have a plan to put your life back in order. Okay, so I always end these things in gratefulness. I'm thankful for my children and grandchildren always. I'm thankful that I walked. Uh, well, not today. No, I didn't. I take that back. I'm thankful that I got out there, got up this morning, and I exercised a little bit, even though I had swollen feet from my walk the day before. And so I'm just grateful that I'm actually able to walk around and still do stuff today. There you go. I'm thankful that that I have mentors who inspire me every day. I'm thankful that I jumped over a big hurdle today. And I was not kind of, but I was very proud of myself. uh, and I'm planning on just continuing that trend, so that hurdle won't rear its ugly head anymore. I'm thankful that money comes to me easily and effortlessly through multiple sources on a continuous basis, in increasing quantities. And I'm thankful that my business is growing by leaps and bounds. I'm thankful for both my online and offline and blood family. I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to continue to feed hungry children through around the world through my business, my current network marketing business. And I'm thankful that my dreams are coming true. And last but not least, I am very grateful and thankful to you for visiting my channel and hanging out with me. And I hope that you will and share, like and share this video, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Turn on notifications so that you can get notified when I come online, and bring somebody with you next time. All right. Just so you know, I left links down below to an opportunity for to get into the network marketing business, just to take a look at it. You have no obligation to click on anything. I do not get compensated by you clicking on the link. You just have to, it's a decision video, so you can decide whether or not this is something that you want to get involved in. But I did actually put a link also to Bob Proctor's multiple streams of income group called MSI Connect. And if you want to get involved in that, that is an affiliate link. But, again, it's up to you. So, guys, I appreciate you being here. And I will talk to you tomorrow. But in the meantime, I wish you peace. I wish you love. And I love you guys so much. Thanks again for watching. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.